Hello, everyone. Welcome to EduSpark, where learning lights the way. Today, I'm going to share to you one of the activities that I usually use before starting my class, and I call it Dingbats. What are Dingbats? Have you heard of this word before? Or do you think that it's new to you? Now, dingbats are actually imprinted pictures, or shall we say words, that stand in for something. Example. Now, notice that the word cycle is repeated 3 times. This could be a guide as to how or how many times the word is written, or how many times it is actually um, repeated in one entry. So this is the first entry. You have there cycle, cycle, cycle. So you could uh, give it a try. Now in my class, I usually give my students 10 seconds to answer and through this timer. And it is also understandable that kids are actually very active and they actually try to raise their hands and are eager to answer even if the timer isn't done counting yet. So you could actually give them, or you may set rules for them to follow, and for you also to have a harmonious or smooth flow in your classroom discussion. And there could also be times entries may be somehow difficult for them, but it's actually a nice activity which could help them think and think and think. And this is not an activity that is just done in the classroom. This could also be played or be used as a form of bonding from one child to a parent, or within the family. So from that first entry, cycle, 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 our answer is, what do you think? Comment down below for you to guess our answer for our first entry. Now the answer is tricycle. Very good. Now ready for the next entry? Okay, let's start. How about this one? Handed. Handed is placed or is closer, situated to the left side of the screen, or left side of that, yes, a paper perhaps. Okay, so again, you may actually not give 10 seconds as a rule, or a 10-second countdown for you to let your students think of an answer. There could be other students who are very fast when it comes to give responses as their guess, but it's just a choice of a teacher to allow them to give answers. But again, rules should also be set. Okay? Now, because I believe that children, it doesn't mean that they do not immediately raise their hands for an answer. It doesn't mean that they're not thinking. They're actually thinking, even if they don't immediately raise their hands. So this time, let's try the second entry. Three, two, one. The answer is Left-handed. Very good. Now, ready for the third entry. Okay, this could be a bit of confusing, but you have to think outside the box. You may go beyond what's written. Just give it a try. In my case, I could read a word blessing. Okay, a blessing. I know you could also find in there word blessing. There, this word is placed in between the syllables dis and guise, or from the word disguise. So, from this entry, what could be an answer? Time starts now. Sharon. Okay, blessing and disguise. Blessing and disguise. You could go back to the entry. Notice that the word blessing is written or situated in between the syllables. Disguise. So blessing in disguise. Okay, let's have the next one. You have the words just look placed on top, and at the bottom you have the words rather, don't look. This is also applicable when students are taking exams. Okay, so we may just skip the countdown part. So let's just answer right away. So this entry, just look, placed or written on top of the screen, and at the bottom you have the words don't look. So with that, what could be an answer to this entry? All right, the answer is don't look left or right, just look up. This is also one of the things that I usually tell to my students when having an exam, or unapplicable, not just applicable to taking exams, quizzes, CTRICs, or any pen and paper tests as well, or any activities that are in need of, or any activity in which students are going to take or give response to, or from a teacher's question. So I always tell them that don't look left or right, just look up. Look up because you ask from God's help, or you're asking his help and guidance as you take, or as you answer a particular test. Don't look or left. Don't look, rather, look. Don't look left or right because you might be tempted to do something else or be distracted from any or just to get rid of distractions. Okay, so let's have the next one. Notice that you only see a big letter in there, letter D, and that letter is given a particular color, and it's red. With that, you could think of an answer such as okay. Do you also have that in mind? Ready is the answer. Okay, next. Okay, this might be the last one, but I actually prepared more dingbats, but another set shall be given on the next video. Okay, so this is the last one. From this entry, I could read the word hair. First is its letter H. You also have the A in here, a capital I, And lastly, an R in here. Then it's actually written or used, or it's actually used what I mean is the letters being written here or used in here is a capital one, a big letter H, letter A big I, and a big R. And one thing you can consider is that how the letters are being pictured or being written or reflected on the screen. Notice that it's not straightly written, but it's like this. What is that? It's curved. So you could have tandaran. This entry, you could have two words for this. One word is hair, but you have to describe the hair based on what is seen on the screen. So the answer for this entry is curly hair. Okay, are you having that kind of hair too? In my case, it's not curly, maybe wavy, but it's close to being curly. But you could see it's not at all. Okay, so thank you and see you on my next video.